right now. Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, Paul, thanks very much. Good evening, everyone. It's a Sunday night edition of the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. We are available to you on the Bordas & Bordas hotline. It's 412-575-2600. So much to get into, and you know what we're talking about, but I don't want to exclude the hockey talk from this as well, because it was a big win for the Penguins tonight, who won 4-2, and Matt Murray plays back-to-backs for the second week in a row. Looks great. This team seems to have another gear they're getting to. But, of course, the big story was Antonio Brown. It happened in the wee hours of the morning, and we're here to talk about it with you. And joining me, as he did last Sunday night, Andrew Fillipponi, the Pony Show from 93.7 The Fan. And
how are you, Bob?
I'm good. How about you?
Not bad.
I'm kind of, thankful.
Sleep deprived a little bit.
Well, that's my life. I stay up all the time. You find weird things out there on Twitter. Last night what we found was finally a deal. And this one did not make the Steelers look good if you're looking for a return. They essentially now will lose Bell and Brown for a third, 2/3, and a fifth. That's not value that's commensurate to the talent we're talking about. But the message was clear from, I think, the Steelers' point of view. We're tired of this. We want to move on from this, and so they took what they could, and I don't know what else they could do.
Yeah, they didn't really have an alternative. There was no plan B. What do you do in that situation? If you don't make the trade, you bring Antonio Brown back, and then you're back where you were last year, where you've got a soap opera and a reality show to start the season. I'm actually fine, Bob, with the return they got in this trade. I was not, despite what Kevin Colbert said about significant compensation, I didn't go into this thing thinking that they were going to get the sun, the moon, and the stars. So the fact that they got what is the equivalent of like a second-round pick when you add the third-round pick and the fifth-round pick, I'm actually more than okay with that. I think they won the trade. I know that's not a common or popular opinion, but I think they won the trade with the Raiders.
We'll find out. But what they got in return were number 66 pick, number 142. They have 10 picks in the upcoming draft. And I think that's significant for what they're trying to do. They could use some of that as leverage. And ultimately, we'll find out what this draft holds for them. And it'll be one of the clues about who really did win. Antonio Brown goes to a team that basically gave up on a linebacker and a good one who was in the prime of his career.
Yeah.
Khalil Mack, they trade him away, and they bring in a 31-year-old, 8 years old or 9 years old or whatever he is, and pay him $19 million.
That makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
No, the reason why it's so puzzling is if you're going to pay close to $20 million for someone, would you rather have an edge rusher, a Lawrence Taylor type, or a wide receiver? And it's well documented, Bob. How many teams in recent times have won Super Bowls with highly paid, highly productive wide receivers? It doesn't happen. Julian Edelman in New England. Golden Tate was the Seahawks' best receiver when they won the Super Bowl. And the Steelers have won 3 playoff games in the last 8 years with Antonio Brown. So I think it's a cosmetic move by the Raiders. I can't tell if it's an olive branch to their fans before they leave Oakland, Bob, or if it's like, here's our shiny new toy for Las Vegas. We're going to put AB's grill or his mug up on the MGM Grand or Caesar's Palace when we get out there next year.
Whatever it is, you have Derek Carr as a quarterback. I want to read this quote to you. This was from Drew Rosenhaus, his agent, Antonio Brown's agent. He was on the NFL Network, and in typical Drew Rosenhaus style, you can tell he doesn't care about anything except money, as does Antonio Brown. He said, quote, "John Gruden was a big part of this, as was Derek Carr. It's hard to reach your potential if you don't have an offensive coach or a quarterback that can help you execute." So my question would be to them is, so really, you're thinking that Ben Roethlisberger is not as good as Derek Carr, number one, and you don't think he's been able to be part of a combination that's one of the best in the history of the National Football League, a quarterback wide receiver. Clearly it's about money. I wish I'd just say so, because that's exactly what it is. And Antonio Brown was willing to sacrifice his dignity, his reputation, anything about it. It didn't matter, because he won his game. That's pretty much
Well, I blame the Raiders in this, Bob. They sold their soul to the devil, so to speak, in this deal. They gave a guy that quit on his team before a de facto playoff game, they gave him $30 million guaranteed. It would have been one thing for a team to say, let's roll the dice and trade for Antonio Brown and try to buy low on him and rehabilitate him in our building. They shredded up his contract and they gave him guaranteed money. So think about the message that sends. If you look at the NFL now, Bob, the 3 highest paid non-quarterbacks are Khalil Mack, Aaron Donald, and Antonio Brown. What do those three guys all have in common? They either held out or they quit on their team.
Right. Well, this is a big quit. Pete Prisco had a good tweet out there. He says, well, now Oakland's going after Le'Veon Bell. They're going to have the sitter and the quitter all in the same team.
I love that tweet.
Interesting. One other note I want to point as we go to break here. It's 412-575-2600. You can also tweet us at KD Pomp, at The Pony Show. And Andrew will be on the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown also tonight, 11:35. We're live with that one. Is that Antonio Brown still is not out of the woods when it comes to possible suspension time. There are 2 investigations ongoing. One of them is about the furniture throw from the 14th story building, and the other is about domestic abuse. So we'll talk more about that. Get your calls coming up next. It's 412-575-2600. You're watching the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call right here on Pittsburgh CW. The Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by Ireland Contracting, putting new roofs on Pittsburgh homes for over 25 years. Call Ireland Contracting at 1-800-NEW-ROOF.